Hey guys, and welcome to a brand new video here on FPL Now. Today we're going to be going over my latest draft for Game Week 1. I'm not 100% set on it yet. There could be a few changes that I'm still going to make. We'll probably go over that before Game Week 1 hits. But if you are excited for the video, drop a like down below. Leave a comment. What is your Game Week 1 teams looking like? Subscribe if you're brand new, and let's get into the video. So, starting things off, in goal, we have gone for Johnston, however you pronounce his name, Sheffield United. Away, first game of the season, and yeah, he's got some decent fixtures coming up. Obviously Arsenal in game week 2, which isn't great, but I am going to be playing Turner. He's just been announced for Forest as the new goalkeeper. He's going to be our new number 1 goalkeeper, and he's just going to be able to rotate really well with Turner. So Turner's not in my draft right now because he's not actually been made a Forest player as of right now. I've got Areola in my draft, but Turner will be in my draft as well. And I think Johnstone and Turner, I think, are just going to rotate really nicely. You could go for I've got 0.5 left in this draft, and I could use that on a keeper to bring in like Onana or something, but I don't think it's necessarily the best thing to do. And having that 0.5 in the bank going into game week 1, you know, if anything does happen, I do need to make a quick transfer. Having those extra funds in the bank is just really nice to have. So that's why I'm going Johnstone. Like I say, Areola is currently in this draft, but it will be Turner. I'm just hoping he gets updated as a Forest player before game week 1. He definitely should now, because he did just get announced today. So hopefully it is changed either later today or tomorrow, hopefully before the game week 1 deadline, because I do need him in my team for this to kind of all work out. But yeah, I mean, Johnston should be the new number 1 for Crystal Palace. Did kind of take the position of Gaeta, and yeah, I just think that Crystal Palace are going to be a really decent, a really good side this year, and I just like him as a 4.5 mil option. Of course, other options, Flecken and Pickford, are also kind of out there, and again, they would also rotate nicely with Turner. But yeah, I'm going with Johnstone, I think. But again, could change. But I like the goalkeeper kind of rotation that I've got there for 8.5 mil as well. It's not bad having 2 playing keepers. A really nice luxury to have. Again, Areola could be the number 1 for West Ham, but I think I'd rather go for the guarantee of the Forest keeper. And I know that West Ham are better than Forest, but it's just that uncertainty around it. So that's why we're going to go with Matt Turner and Johnston. At the back, we've got Estepinian, we've got Gabriel, and we've got Chilwell. My defenders haven't necessarily changed for a long time now. Again, Shaw is someone that I could bring in instead of Chilwell, and then just rotate round to Chilwell after game week 1, when Chilwell's fixtures get better. And obviously, I'd have Luke Shaw for the Wolves game, but I don't know if I want to do that. It would just waste a transfer, and if I do have any other problems in my team, I'm already kind of shooting myself in the foot by locking in a transfer before the game's even like kicked off and stuff. So I don't think I'll do that. I think I'll just stick with Chilwell. I do really like what Chelsea have done pre-season, and Chilwell has been in the heart of quite a bit of it. I do understand they've had an injury to like Nkunku and stuff, which makes their other options, I guess, I don't know if it puts a cloud of judgment over them. I don't think it should. I think they'll still be fine. They've still got a lot of good attacking players, and like I said, they've been really good pre-season. I think Chilwell is going to be a nice option to have. Gabriel, again, Arsenal have just got such a good run of games at the start of the season. They did just win the Community Shield as well, and that's just going to give them a little bit more of a confidence boost, beating City as well, obviously the best team in the world, arguably, at the moment. So, yeah, I think Gabriel will be a really nice option. And then Estepinian as well, decent pre-season. I think he's got a few assists. I don't know if he scored, but yeah, the fixtures that Brighton have got at the start of the season are just so good. So yeah, I can't see Estepinian or Gabriel leaving my squad. Chilwell maybe, but still very unlikely. But that's the back 3 there. In midfield, we've gone Rashford, Ødegaard, Saka, Eze, and Bruno Fernandes. So I've gone for the double up on United with Rashford and Bruno Fernandes. I do like the double up. I think they can do bits against Wolves as well. I think Wolves have just lost their manager as well. I think I saw something about them terminating the contract. I don't know if they've brought anyone in, but yeah, if they're managerless for the first game of the season, that's even better for United. So yeah, Bruno on penalties, Rashford had a really good season, stats are really good, and hopefully they can continue that form into this season. But yeah, I think that I can't really decide between them, so I'm just bringing them both in. There are obviously other good midfielder options as well around these price points that you obviously could bring in, and of course there's no Salah in this draft either, which again I am a little bit worried about, because Salah's actually had a really good pre-season, and he's kind of the only nailed Liverpool attacker. And obviously I've got no Liverpool in this draft. Obviously there's no Trent, there's no Salah, nothing like that. So yeah, I'm hoping that Liverpool just don't have a great season, or at least a great few games anyway. But yeah, we've gone Bruno Fernandes, Rashford. I've gone Ødegaard and Saka. I'm not completely set on Ødegaard, but he is like a 90-minute man. You know, he is going to be playing most games. and so I think he's just a really nice option to have. But at the same time, you could have Martinelli, who is arguably a little bit more attacking and stuff like that. But either way, we've gone Odegaard at the moment. I will go over my final draft tomorrow, because I think I will just tinker with it a lot tonight and make a few changes and stuff. But yeah, tomorrow's video will just be the final draft, and then obviously we'll have the game week 1, which is come so fast, man. I can't believe how it's already here. But either way, Odegaard's in the squad. I've gotten Saka as well, who's obviously on penalties and stuff. Again, arguably the best Arsenal attacker. It has changed a lot since like the Jesus injury and stuff, and obviously the Nkunku injury and stuff. So it is one of those things that you have to kind of also take into consideration, but it affects everyone. A lot of people had these players in their drafts. And then I've also gone Eze as well. He was Mbeumo until he picked up that injury again. I'm still kind of waiting for some information on that. I think I prefer Mbeumo just because he's on penalties and stuff. But Eze's actually had a really good preseason as well. And 6.5 mil, he is a really nice option. And again, Mitoma is also a really good option as well. I just think Eze is just a bit more explosive. The fixtures are okay. It's just that Arsenal home game is a little bit worrying, because like I don't know who I would play. Like, do I really want Eze for Arsenal at home? So he could definitely be a Mitoma, and then he could easily switch to Eze as well after the free fixtures, because after Luton at home, Wolves away, and West Ham at home, the fixtures do take a little bit of a nosedive with Newcastle at home and Man United away. So I could easily have Mitoma for those 3 fixtures and then just get rid of him for Eze. And I do have that 0.5 mil in the bank. So if Eze does go up in price, Mitoma goes down in price, whatever, I will be able to still make that switch. So I'm still thinking that potentially that could be the better idea. And then up top, we do have Watkins and Haaland. I have gone for Watkins, but again, he could easily be changed. On penalties, though, had a really nice preseason. Newcastle away isn't the best game to have for the first for the first game of the season, but at the same time, I think Villa are going to just be a really good squad this season, and they've brought in some good players, and yeah, obviously the European team now. So I think I think I really like the Villa options there. So Watkins isn't 100% nailed, but like in my team, obviously he's 100% nailed in the squad. He's not 100% nailed in my team, but I do like him as an option against the other strikers, with Jesus being injured and Nkunku being injured and stuff like that. Also gone Haaland as well. Burnley away, he will be my captain. And then the bench will be obviously Matt Turner, Baldock, Kabore, and Mubama as well. Again, these are some really good bench options. If you are struggling to fill your bench, these are really, really good options. Baldock and Kabore are basically going to be playing every single game, and obviously they're 4 mil each, so obviously really nice there. Mubama won't be playing every single game, but at 4.5 he will get minutes, and I guess that's what you want off a bench option for 4.5. You want them to get minutes, and he will be getting minutes. So yeah, really nice bench there. And of course Matty Turner instead of Areola would be the shout. So if we just quickly go into the transfers, obviously this is what I'm thinking of doing. So obviously instead of Areola, I would have Turner in here. Again, he is still labelled as an Arsenal player. It does say too many players from Arsenal, but he will be a Forest player hopefully soon. So that will be the team in that regards. And then yeah, with the extra 0.5, like I say, I'm either going to keep it. I could go from Watkins to Jackson. I think his minutes are a lot better now since the Nkunku injury. That would give me 1.5 mil in the bank as well, which would allow me to upgrade like an Eze to an 8 mil midfielder or something like that, which again, I'm not completely against, but at the same time, it does kind of lock me in. If Jackson's minutes do get a little bit, bad, then I'd have to take transfers all over the place to kind of sort that out. It's the same with having like João Pedro in the team as well, which I see all the kind of like positives for it. I see all the negatives for it. He is only 5.5, and obviously if I did that, it would allow me to bring in like Salah and stuff. We went over it in the Salah draft earlier on in the week. It's just after the 3 fixtures with João Pedro, obviously, with the Brighton, they don't get the best run after that. But at the same time, like, his minutes are just so risky. He is a bit of a punt for 3 game weeks, and if it does go wrong, you could get rid of him and bring in a different striker. But there's just not that many around that price point, and you would have to take apart your team to bring him in. Like, if you were going to bring Salah and João Pedro in, you'd have to get rid of like Salah or something, or you'd have to take apart a lot of your team. It's just so many transfers like happening, and again, I think his minutes aren't going to be as bad as people are saying. Because he's on penalties and stuff, I think he is a nice option for 5.5 as well. Again, if he plays every game, you've got a really good player on your hand, because for 5.5 mil, that's an absolute bargain, and it just allows you to upgrade the rest of your team. But obviously, if it goes wrong, if he does miss one of the games, like, who's going to really be coming in for you? Because you're going to have not the strongest bench probably, and it's just going to all kind of go bad. So you're putting a lot of eggs into your basket there, hoping that João Pedro does start and stuff. So yeah, I understand both sides of the argument. I don't think I'm going to play it that risky. And I think I'm just going to go Watkins, who again had a really good season. Like, people forget how many goals he scored last season. It was like 15 or something like that. He actually had a really good season on penalties, had a really good preseason. Teams just got better. Manager is like, had time with them now, sorted them all out. Obviously, we saw that last season, how good they are. So yeah, I think the Watkins is just a really nice shout. So I think this probably will be my team. Potentially, instead of Eze, we will be going Matoma, who again I think is still a nice option, especially with those fixtures. I will probably go Matoma, to be fair, just because of that Arsenal home game. It's not really something I want to be dealing with. And then yeah, I can obviously be playing Turner in game week 2, who will have Sheffield United at home. So yeah, this is what the team is kind of looking like at the moment. But I will go over my final team tomorrow, and then on Friday, I don't know, we'll probably do some sort of video, I don't know, like maybe game week preview or stuff like that, going over all of the injuries, going over all of the kind of last minute things that you might need to know. We'll pop that up on Friday. But yeah, that's gonna be everything from me. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like down below. Trying to 50 likes. Leave a comment. What are your game week 1 teams looking like? Subscribe if you're brand new, and until next time, peace.